Welcome. Happy summer. So today, what I will be doing, for those of you who didn't see my live today, is I will be starting the Wild Robot Escapes from the beginning. So for those of you who have started listening to my Wild Robot Escapes read aloud from last summer, you may notice that I didn't finish it. And I explained why in my live, so I won't cover that again. But in anticipation for the Wild Robot, the first book, being made into a movie that is coming out this September, I know myself and my class from this 2023-2024 school year are psyched about it. And I even have some former students who are going to be joining me that first Saturday that the movie is released. And we are going to, with our families, go see the movie together. And it's going to be a fun time. But as I said, in anticipation for that, I wanted to revisit this book. Last year, I didn't have a lot of views on my initial couple chapters and uploads of this book. And so what I have decided to do is when I start something, I like to finish it. So I'm going to make sure that we get through this book. And it didn't make sense to me to a whole year later start reading in the middle of the book. So we're going to start from scratch. And if you notice me looking off to the side, it is because being a very hot week in the summer here, there is a ton of wildlife that has found their way to our yard, and they are just having a grand old time in my bird bath. And so I keep seeing things off to my side, and I just can't help but look. Come on, you know you're the same way. Don't lie. You know you do that too, right? Anyway, as I've said many times, I am not a professional YouTuber. I just love my students and I want to share my love of reading with you. So here I am, still a couple years into YouTube, not knowing what I'm doing, but doing my best. And we are going to start the Wild Robot Escapes. So just a reminder, this is the sequel, the second book in a trilogy as of right now in the Wild Robot series. Also, if you hear a lot of sighing, it is my dog Stella. She is laying in her dog bed underneath this table, and she just can't believe that I'm talking to a computer screen and not her, and that she's also not allowed to be sitting in my lap right now. Only reason is she takes up a lot of space. I'm pretty small. She doesn't fit on my lap very well, especially not at a kitchen table while I'm trying to read. It would have been a whole lot of fumbling around. So, I don't know. Maybe in the future, when I get better at doing YouTube, maybe I'll have a Stella cam so that you can spy on her and listen to all of her huffing and puffing while I'm reading. She just can't believe it. Anyway, I have taken enough of your time just kind of rambling. So let's get started. The Wild Robot Escapes, again by Peter Brown, just like the first one. All right. Chapter 1, The City. Our story begins in a city with buildings and streets and bridges and parks. Humans were strolling, automobiles were driving, airships were flying, robots were hard at work. Weaving through the city streets was a delivery truck. The truck knew where to go and how to get there all by itself. No driver. It pulled up to a construction site and automatically unloaded some crates. A few more turns and it unloaded more crates down the docks. The truck zigged and zagged across the city, delivering crates as it went, and then it merged onto the highway. Buses and cars and trucks were cruising along the highway together. But as the delivery truck continued, the traffic became lighter, the buildings became smaller, and the landscape became greener. With nothing but open road ahead, the truck accelerated to its top speed. The landscape outside was now just a green blur, occasionally broken by a flicker of gray as the town flew past. On and on the delivery truck went, racing over long bridges, shooting through mountain tunnels, gliding down straight stretches of highway, until it started to slow. It drifted from the fast lane to the exit lane, and then it rolled down a ramp and into farm country. Clouds of dust billowed up behind the truck as it drove past fields and fences. In a hazy distance, enormous barns loomed above the plains. The air was thick with the smells of soil and livestock. Robot crews methodically worked the crops and fed the animals, and operated the massive farm machines. A hill gradually climbed into view. The hill was crowned with trees and white buildings. Another farm, but this one was smaller and shabbier than the rest. Out front was a crooked sign that read Hilltop Farm. Wheels crunched on gravel as the delivery truck rolled onto the driveway and up to the top of the hill. It stopped beside the front porch of the farmhouse and dropped its last crate to the ground. Then the truck drove away. Reader, can you guess what was tightly packed inside this crate? If you guessed a robot, ding ding ding, you're correct. But this was no ordinary robot. It was Rosin Unit 7134. You might remember her old life on a remote, wild island. Well, Roz's new life was just about to begin. Usually I'll read more than one chapter in a video posting, but just for today, since this is our first upload, our first dive back into this series on my channel, I'm going to stop there after chapter 1. So again, we're going to be reading The Wild Robot Escapes, and I actually, just before clicking record, saw on my phone that the first book in the series, The Wild Robot, should be delivered by Amazon in a truck. Not so different from the one in this first chapter, except for hopefully there's someone driving it, since these are automated to drive on their own. But so hopefully I'll be bringing you a new video of the first book as well here soon. You can expect another upload of The Wild Robot Escapes simultaneously tomorrow. And I look forward to you joining me again. Have a great and a safe day. Bye.